If your cat is waking you up at night, scratching, meowing, jumping on you, this might sound harsh, but it's not your cat's fault. It's yours. And I know that sounds wrong, because to you, it feels like your cat is the problem. But what if I told you your cat isn't just ruining your sleep, you've accidentally trained it to do exactly that. And every time you react, you're making it worse. The scary part? Most owners never realize this, which is why this problem never goes away. But once you understand what's actually happening, you can fix it faster than you think.
Part 1. Your cat isn't broken. Let's start with something most people completely misunderstand. Your cat isn't being difficult. Your cat isn't crazy. And your cat definitely isn't trying to annoy you. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. Because your cat's body runs on a completely different clock than yours. Cats are naturally most active at 2 times, early morning and late evening. That's when their instincts tell them, hunt, move, be alert, not sleep. So when you're trying to rest at 2 or 3 in the morning, your cat is entering peak energy mode. To them, this is normal. To you, it feels like torture. And this is where most people make their first mistake. They try to stop the behavior without understanding what's driving it.
Part 2, the biggest mistake that makes it worse. Now here's the part that most owners don't want to hear. You might be reinforcing the problem every single night. Think about what happens when your cat wakes you up. Maybe it meows. Maybe it jumps on you. Maybe it knocks something over. And what do? You move, you talk, you feed them, you react. And in that moment, your cat learns something incredibly powerful. This works. It doesn't matter if you're annoyed. It doesn't matter if you're half asleep. To your cat, attention is attention, and attention is reward. So now, your cat has a system. Wake you up, get response. And once that loop is built, it repeats every night. Part 3. Why free feeding destroys your sleep. Now let's talk about something almost nobody connects to sleep problems: food. If your cat eats whenever it wants, you've already lost control of its energy. Because when food is always available, there's no rhythm, no structure, no predictable energy cycle. Your cat's body stays in a constant state of digestion, which means its energy spikes at random times, including the middle of the night. But in the wild, it doesn't work like that. Cats hunt, then they eat, then they rest. That cycle controls everything. And when you remove that cycle, you remove your ability to influence their behavior. That's why structured feeding is one of the most important changes you can make. Because when you control when your cat eats, you start to control when your cat gets tired.
Part 4. The system that actually works.
So here's what most owners don't realize. You don't stop nighttime behavior directly. You shift your cat's entire energy cycle. And it starts before bedtime. A few hours before you go to sleep, your cat needs to burn energy. Not a little bit, a lot. This is where play becomes critical. You don't just wave a toy around. You simulate a hunt. Fast movement, chasing, jumping. You bring your cat to a point where it's fully engaged, almost exhausted. Then you let it recover and repeat. Short bursts, high intensity. Because cats aren't built for long endurance, they're built for explosive energy. Once your cat is truly tired, that's when you feed. And this is the part that changes everything. Because in your cat's brain, the sequence is now complete. Hunt, catch, eat, groom, sleep. And when that pattern is fulfilled, your cat naturally winds down.
Part 5. Why timing is everything. Now here's where precision matters. If your bedtime is around 11 p.m., your final feeding should be around 9:30, not right before bed and not too early, because you want your cat's energy to peak and then drop at the same time you're going to sleep. When you do this consistently, something interesting happens. Your cat starts adjusting. Its internal clock begins to shift. Its energy starts aligning with yours. Not because you forced it, but because you guided it. And this is the moment where control changes. Before, your cat controlled your night. Now, you control the rhythm.
Part 6. Why most people fail.
But here's where almost everyone breaks. It's 3 a.m. Your cat wakes you up, and everything in you wants to react. And this is the moment that decides everything. Because if you respond, even once, you reset the entire process. You tell your cat, try again tomorrow, and it will. So what do you have to do? Nothing. You ignore it completely. No talking, no movement, no feeding, no reaction. Because the moment there is no payoff, the behavior starts to die. But here's the truth most people aren't prepared for. It gets worse before it gets better. Your cat will try harder, louder, more persistent, because the system used to work, and now it doesn't. But if you stay consistent, something shifts. Within days, the behavior starts to fade. Within a couple of weeks, it disappears.
Part 7. What you're really doing. At this point, it might feel like you're just fixing sleep, but you're not. You're doing something much deeper. You're teaching your cat when to be active, when to rest, and how to align with your world. You're reshaping its entire daily rhythm. And once that rhythm is stable, everything changes. Less stress, less chaos, better behavior overall, not just at night.
Conclusion. So if your cat is ruining your sleep right now, remember this. It's not random, it's not personal, and it's not permanent. It's a pattern, and patterns can be changed, but only if you stop reacting and start guiding. Because once you understand this, you'll realize something surprising. Your cat was never the problem, the system was, and now you know how to fix it.